First, let's for the audience. How soon are you from giving birth?
I have 3 days.
3 days. So in theory, you could pop right now, and we be stuck.
Give birth, yeah, basically. So for now to 3 days, I can pop, and if I don't pop, then they're going to induce labor, which is forced labor on me.
You doing a C-section, or you doing it the other way?
I don't. What they will do is like administer something that would cause me to go into labor. For the C-section, I believe it's if the baby's too big for me to give birth naturally.
Right.
So we still won't know until I'm at the hospital actually giving birth.
You excited? This is the first undisputed baby. You must be excited.
Well, I am excited. I'm also really tired. A little tiny bit afraid, but I guess that's just every person that's about to give labor.
Have you read about any books on how to be a mother, or done any research at all? I know some
I
people
have
do.
not.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So you're just going in winging it.
Yep. Like everything else in my life.
I mean, you should be like prepared somewhat. This is gonna be a living person.
They'll be all right.
Hopefully. Speaking of that, tell the do you want to give the name of the baby to the audience, or no?
Well, what we call her is Lily.
Okay, now because of how it goes, we have to give the baby a wrestling name.
A wrestling name.
Everyone has their own wrestling name. That's what the banner for Styles made. That's basically what that is, or online persona, if you will.
I don't know.
Or do you want the baby on camera at all?
She will have pictures taken, but right now she will be too small to really go out and see anybody.
I know about that. I'm talking about like in the future.
Oh, in the future, maybe, yeah, eventually.
Now, speaking of future, these are great segues. Here have you and Steve talked about when you're gonna let her date?
Let me ask. Clinton is asking, because he's doing a segment on Lily. Have we thought about when we will let her date?
No, I haven't really thought about that.
Because from what I think, there's always two answers. It's when the dad says to let her date, and when the mom is gonna let the daughter secretly date behind the dad's back until the dad's ready for the daughter to date.
You said there's usually 2 dates. When the dad will let her date, and when the mom will let her secretly date behind dad's back.
I feel she's ready. I'll say maybe 16.
He says maybe 16 if he feels that she's ready as a person. But if she's not, then no.
Oh, he's gonna be a new age father.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got two options: either A, when you're young, or B, when you're 30. No in between.
I don't know.
See, these are things that will be difficult. What do you think the most difficult thing's gonna be?
What'd you say?
What do you think the most difficult thing's gonna be?
The most difficult thing's gonna be?
Yeah.
I guess the most difficult is gonna actually just be, just watching her grow. I guess it's like bittersweet when you see your own kid grow. They start off as these little things that depend on you completely to like walking and talking and then eventually not needing you at all.
I think most children will always need their parent, like, for something when they're older.
I guess that's what I just hope for. That I'm a good enough mom that she will always need me.
You don't want to get left behind.
Not so much left behind, more like just, I guess every rational parent wants to be a part of their kid's life.
As he should.
Yes.
Right.
Do you plan on having kids one day, Quentin?
Yes.
You want to tell the audience what you're going to name your kids?
My kids. Oh, and don't let him. First off, first son's being named Quentin, but spelled differently. It's still gonna be Junior. Now, if I happen to have twins, and they're both boys, well, they're all gonna be named Quentin again.
Quentin.
And then triplets, and then there's a story. I saw it on Twitter. A woman gave birth to twins, but 9 of them.
9? Oh, yes, I saw that story.
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing if you go to the doctor and the doctor says, we see 9 people in you?
Well, I have no idea. Ain't no more kids, I know that's for sure.
I saw a comment saying, I don't know how we're gonna get 9 kids home. Means of women saying they're only gonna leave with 1, which there's dark humor and there's dark humor and there's going to hell for laughing.
Push me down the stairs. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Why would... See?
I don't know. Babe, how would you react if we went to the doctor? If I got pregnant again, we went to the doctor to check on baby, and they say there is 9 babies. One of them gotta go. So what, you just gonna take 8? What do you mean? How are you gonna secretly kill 5?
Hey, yo, this is going on YouTube, madam.
Sir? Pay no attention to him. I guess we'll have to get a van.
Man, you'll be driving a bus around.
One of those church vans or bus. Steve said start a whole football team.
That's the thing. Like, how are you gonna get how are you gonna find 9 godparents?
I don't know.
And then you got no. Godfather, godmother. How are you gonna find 18 godparents?
Oof. I don't know. I guess. You know what I'll do? I'll separate the kids like in groups, and so then I'll assign godparents to those groups.
And then you gotta think, how am I gonna tell all 9 of these kids apart?
I'll put little tags on them.
You're gonna
Thing
tag
1,
it.
thing 2, thing 3.
That can only work for so long.
Well, they're gonna have to keep those tags on them.
And you know you're gonna be forgetting names. Like there's 9 names you gotta remember.
I don't even know how I'm going to come up with 9 names to begin with.
Random name generator.
Random name generator.
Just keep hitting random until you'll say, "How about this one?" By that 9th one, that kid's gonna either have a wild name or a born name.
That seems like a lot.
Mom, why'd you name me Television? I ain't gonna hold you. I just ran out of names.
That's terrible.
Wait, then why does the 9th one have a name? I got enlightened.
So Quentin, if you have 9 kids, you're just gonna have 9 different spellings of Quentin?
Oh yes.
That seems excessive.
Look, at heart, at the core of it all, I like for a joke, and a lifelong joke against whoever woman I have that with, of having her have to remember 10 different spellings of Quentin.
That seems excessive, and I feel sorry.
But to be fair, but there's no way I'm gonna have 9 boys.
Don't jinx yourself.
Mathematically, I think that's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's like between a boy and a girl is 50-50.
If you say so.
If I 50-50 9 times a boy, at that point I'm like, you know what? Let's keep going until I get a girl. At that point, it's a challenge.
Okay. I told Steve I hope the next one's a boy because I don't want 3 kids. I want to be done.
Nah, Steve, don't fold. You need a boy. Yeah, pass the legacy along.
I said, if we have another girl, that's it. He said, nope, be prepared to have 3 kids.
I said, at that point, it becomes a challenge. Like, I need a boy. You would be the same way if you got all boys. You'd want a girl eventually.
Well, yeah, I guess.
You talked even like, we are having this child.
All I know is being pregnant is a roller coaster.
For any young person out here thinking about wanting a child at a young age, explain to them why you shouldn't.
Why you should have kids at a young age?
Or why they should practice safe sex so they're not pregnant at a young age. Imagine if you had to go through all that during high school.
It is rough. It is. I mean, of course, I feel like it needs to be taught more in schools. Instead of being taught of not having sex, you should be taught more about safe sex, like using condoms, which birth control is a good choice. Just all that stuff. I feel like that should be talked more about. But ultimately, you do get those teenagers that are stubborn and are like, well, I want a kid.
I just thought of a story, but I'm not gonna say that online.
But like, it is a lot to consider. A lot goes into it. Making sure you're prepared, you have everything for the baby, you're right mentally, physically, and emotionally before, because it can take a toll. Just different things goes into it. I feel like you're not going to be ready for a kid when you're a teenager because you're still a kid yourself.
Speaking of something I saw on Twitter, because you just reminded me, are you getting a tattoo of the baby's name on you?
What?
You tattooing your baby's name on you?
I don't know about name yet, but I definitely want to get a tattoo. For my baby.
Like, for example, I don't know if my mom has my tattoo, but I know my dad has my middle name and my sister's middle name tattooed on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw on Twitter someone said, "What? How do I explain it?" Someone said something about their mom having their name tattooed on them, and someone quoted saying that only happens if your mom is 16. But I guess there's no correlation. But it's funny.
I know one of my cousins got a tattoo of her baby's, either her baby's handprint or footprint on her stomach.
Yeah, yo, now do that, but remember the 9 kids.
No.
You just got to dedicate a whole arm to just names.
Names, a list of names.
And don't let it be all boys. Now you're a mom with 9 boys' names on your arm. Now you just looking all types of weird.
A whole long list of names on a woman's arm. That seems excessive for 9 kids.
That's like at what point do you get to the 6 baby's names like, this pains too much. I'm gonna do I'm just gonna get a drawing of the last 3 and put it on the refrigerator.
You run out of space halfway. No, that's funny.
Mom, where's our names? And then there wasn't a space.
Have to put the names on the back instead. Man, that would hurt. I think if I would have that many kids, I would just not get tattoos.
I think tattoos is the least amount of pain you're gonna be worried about with 9 kids.
Man, being in labor for 9 babies, that's gonna hurt. I don't think you can push out just 9 babies. I mean, wouldn't there be a C-section for that?
I mean, they're gonna have to cut a wide hole. Either a C-section is gonna cut a wide hole in you, or if you do it the natural way, you would.
But you know what though? Dogs can do it.
Dogs are built different than humans.
Yeah, but their stomachs be so I don't know.
Yasmin, you're already top heavy. Now imagine you're top heavy and then you're middle heavy. Now just all unproportioned.
Man, my knees would be ruined. I think I'd just be in a wheelchair rolling around for 9 months with 9 kids.
And then after those 9 kids, just you can't do nothing after 9 kids. I don't think you'll be able to feel anything after 9 kids.
Man, your whole social life will be gone, depleted.
Hey, baby,
I'm not babies. I ain't trying to do that. Imagine if the baby daddy leaves her, if she tries to go out and date again. Ooh.
Hey, before we go on this date, I must warn you. I have 9 kids. What, you want a daycare or something? No. I got 9 kids. My last man was very fertile.
Ooh.
How fertile I be for 9 kids?
Can you imagine? And then you have to deal with them as teenagers all at the same time. All 9 toddlers. The terrible twos, the terrible threes,
See,
and the teenagers.
you're thinking that, but I'm thinking there's 9 kids. I think how that video, how that family got split. It was like 4 boys, 5 girls. So you got 5 girls on their top of the month, and then 4 boys going through puberty at the same time.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of, and that is just terrible, man. Man.
On a bright, oh, and those fights are gonna be wild. No less if one of them if they start fighting, the whole house gonna drop.
Man, how do you house 9 children? Everybody sharing a room. I know that's for sure.
Like, okay, we're gonna have 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 3 there. Why this one got 3? Shut up.
Well, like, let's say I live in a 4-bedroom house, right? 1 bedroom is for me. So I have, 2 bunk beds in one room, 2 in another. That's 8. The one just gets lucky.
No.
Imagine having 9 kids.
Oh wait. Have you ever watched Loud House?
Huh?
Have you watched Loud House?
Oh yes, I've watched Loud House.
Imagine that, but all twins. They all look alike.
What are the twins or something?
Huh?
I can't remember if one of them were like twins or not.
Yes. They had 1 set of twins. 9 girls and 1 boy.
They chose to have that many kids.
If you dig deeper into that, you think you look at the father and you're like, why didn't you stop after 3? Then you look at the mother and like, why didn't you stop? You could have told him no.
Were y'all just bored?
They couldn't be bored. At some point they had 5.
Man, at some point they had 1.
I should look it up, but the internet is not working over. Is it because the internet's not on?
All I know is I ain't trying to have that many kids.
But I think he went through and that went through the phase of, I think the middle child is the boy, so he's the 5th. So that was the 5th one. He tried 5 times, got the boy, and he said, "Let's keep going." And that's not something like, and that's a kid's show. That's something you think, nah, kids ain't gonna stop and think, how did they get to 10?
I don't know, man. How does she manage to have a good body after all those kids?
Well, that's because that's a cartoon mom, Yasmin.
Because I know I would be looking rough.
Yasmin, that's a cartoon. Ask Steve about them cartoon moms. You lucky Dexter only got 1 sister.
All I know is my stomach would be ruined. Down there would be ruined. My chest would look like deflated balloons after that many kids. I don't know how you could do that.
Yo, you can run your own dairy farm.
Oh my god.
And apparently down there ain't ruined because, like I said, Loud House, they had 10. You gotta think, they had 10 in the span of 1. Like the youngest one is 1 and the oldest is 18. They had 10 in 18 years. Granted, 1 was a set of twins, but that's fine. That means 9 times. 9 pregnancies in 10 years.
That is a lot. So she stayed pregnant back to back. Because it takes 6 months, or not 6 months, 9 months. You gonna go get something? Okay. That's a lot of kids. I mean, she just had to stay pregnant back to back like that for that to happen.
No, Dre, like, all logic aside, there's supposed to be like a cool down period between children. He was having them a year apart.
I don't know. I couldn't. That stresses me out.
Then that begs the question: at what point do you just say, "Fuck it, tubes tied"?
Oh.
Because I was y'all just enjoy doing it raw. At one point, you just want your tubes tied.
After 3, and there's no boy.
So after 3, you calling it quit? Like, no boy after 3? Well, it ain't gonna happen.
Yep. I'm considering it after 2, but I'm gonna go for the benefit of the doubt. 3 times the charm.
What if that fourth one's a charm? What if that fourth one's just sitting inside Steve and he's like, "Dad, I'm waiting," and he said, "Nah, son."
You can play a game. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you can play a game. Take it. There is. There should be a couch. But yeah, right, babe. After 3 and there's no boy, we're giving up. You're adopted.
I was about to say, not gonna adopt one. You're just gonna quit right then.
He said he's gonna adopt.
Smart. I mean,
Yeah. Oh.
You good over there?
I know he wants a boy. I don't know how 4 kids is gonna be, but I guess we'll see.
Hey, maybe you win the lottery.
Yeah, maybe.
Now you got 4 kids, but they on different sides of the house.
Sir, my dad has tried and failed 5 times.
Mom can do it.
Your mom had her boys first.
Oh, what? And I really want. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. If you don't want to talk about this, I will cut this. out. But do you remember the time where your whole house had a pregnancy scare, from top to bottom?
I remember.
Now, do you want me to keep this in the video?
You can keep it in the video.
Now, imagine you got 9 children. Now, mind you, 5 of them were girls.
They gotta go.
And all 5 of them. And you ain't to blame, because in this story, you are too. You messed around and went for the 10th one on accident.
Nope. 9 kids and you got 5 pregnancy scares. They gotta go.
I still laugh at that occasion. Like, how does the whole house, from the mother to the youngest, how does everybody?
Well, my mom didn't have a pregnancy scare. She can't have kids.
For the sake of storytelling. That's an HBO movie just waiting to be written.
That is scary.
Like, hold on a second. You got so basically you got the grandmother, the mother, or no, you got grandma, aunt, grandmother, great aunt, and then the youngest, all the same age.
Oof.
Who's in charge at that point? Like, what if one's old? Like, what if the youngest gives birth first? So he's older. So though they're older than the grandmother, but the grandmother got seniority because higher up on the family chart. How does that work?
You lost me.
All right,
You
PJ.
lost me.
All right. You got. Let's skip forward 16 years.
Mhm.
You and Steve have one night of passion, and oops, forgot the condom. Pregnant again. But at the same time, your 16 or maybe going on 17-year-old daughter is about to give birth.
Oof. Well, I would have the seniority.
Yeah, but now technically you have an aunt who's younger than her niece.
Well, the aunt will still have seniority, I would think, right?
So you would think, but like I said, she's younger. She'd be like a year and a half younger.
Well, she would still have seniority because she's the aunt.
I
Because that's what happened with my family, except sort of, kind of. So my mom and my grandmother were pregnant around the same time. My aunt was born in November of 98, and I was born in January of 99. So we're like the same age, but she's slightly older than me.
now imagine that, but instead you're born in 99, you're born in 98. So you got a full year ahead. A calendar year
Well,
ahead.
as I was raised, technically she would have seniority.
I'll be damned. How you like? I'm like, man, you get your driver's license first, but she like, hey, take me somewhere. Like, man, I don't gotta listen to you. I'm higher up on the family chart. Take me somewhere, and you just gotta do it.
Well, yeah, sucks.
Like, hold on a second. This is my car. This is my license. You can wait to the end of the year to get your license, and they pull a seniority card.
That would suck.
See, now you think now you're thinking.
But I don't think that the parents would allow that though.
It depends on families. You know, not everybody is fit to be parents.
Mm-hmm. I guess it just depends on the family then.
On a family dynamics.
Yeah.
You mess around, your grandma done got busy. Now you got a 2 year old aunt, and you 10. Now you like what? You done changed they diapers. Now you
Well,
skip forward to the family reunions.
I wouldn't call her Thea. I would just call her by her name, which is what I do with my aunt Melissa. I just call her Melissa.
Having to change your technical aunt's diapers because your grandma got busy is wild.
Well, I don't know. My mom had me young, and so my grandmother still technically had time to get pregnant again. And I do have an uncle that's younger than me. Because then afterwards, she had another kid, and out popped my uncle.
I'm trying to be very respectful right now. I want to be very, very respectful. I've met your grandma was at the baby shower, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't.
Okay. I'm still trying to be very respectful. I will not let jokes fly online.
Thank you.
Online.
Uh-huh. Are you
But
about to text me the joke or something?
hmm?
Are you about to text me and say it?
No, because then it'll be ruined. And plus, I'm not. It's one of the things where I'm just gonna say it, and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just like, I could just let stuff fly until one hits, and I don't know where that line's gonna be until one hits.
All right. So, do you got any more questions?
You know what? I think your grandma having more kids than you before you got of age to have kids is a perfect way to end this.
Well, as long as my dad's not trying to have another one, I'm good.
But what are the chances of that happening?
Very high. I wouldn't even be surprised if he popped up and said, "Oh, I'm having another kid."
See, and here we go again. Now you got uncle who's gonna be see.
Mainly because my dad is not giving up on trying for a boy. Someone told him a long time ago that a white lady was supposed to give him a son, and so now he's just dating white ladies.
I think they say that's the player's curse actually.
Yes, but he doesn't realize that. He wants a son, and he's had nothing but girls. God is not done humbling him yet.
Player's curse. Hey, so at least you'll know what Steve used to be like by the time you get to that third child.
I don't think Steve has the player's curse. I just think we just had a girl. That's it.
I don't know. We do know
I think I got lucky.
I don't know. We do know he likes pregnant women.
Who?
Your husband.
That's messed up. Babe, you hear what Quentin said? He said, you do like pregnant women. He said, I only dated one.
Hey, sometimes one is all you need. All right.
Quentin.
We're gonna end the segment here. Hopefully, I get a call. If I get a call back from Willie later, because I'm pretty sure work slaved him too much that he's asleep. And then he went home and went to a high coma.
Well, just let me know, I guess.
All right, cause I will not give up on getting this video done. I put too much effort into this video, which I'll give you and the people on this channel a hint. It is a quiz. It's a gaming quiz, anime game quiz.
It is a gaming quiz. Oh yeah,
Anime
you
quiz.
told me.
Anime quiz.
All right. Thank you for the questions. Just let me know if he answers back.
All right, you have a good day and don't give birth yet.
I want to give birth, so I am hoping I give birth.
Okay, so don't force yourself to give birth. It's like forcing. That's like forcing yourself to throw up after a hangover, and that's not gonna go well.
I have tried hot, spicy food. I've climbed in jacuzzis. I've had sex. I've tried bouncing on a ball, an exercise ball.
Saying sex and then
raspberry tea.
Saying sex and then following up with bouncing on something is a wild segue.
So I don't know, but I've tried everything. But she ain't coming out.
Also, you know you weren't doing the sex just for pregnancy.
Huh?
You know you weren't doing the sex to give birth quicker.
Oh no, apparently it does help with labor.
Hey, it may help, but I bet you found that out afterwards.
Mm. Well, anyways, I'm gonna let you go, okay?
All right.
Alright, bye, dude. Have a good day.